would you describe your experience on the island?
It was definitely very memorable. I made some awesome friendships while I was there. Obviously, I didn't quite find love, but yeah, I connected with a lot of people, had an awesome experience, and yeah, overall, just really enjoyed my time there.
And did you have any expectations going in?
Well, I mean, obviously, kind of entering something like Love Island, you hope to kind of find love on the show. But yeah, having not found that, obviously, that was an expectation I had, which wasn't met. But other than that, I mean, I knew it was going to be a roller coaster of up and downs, which it was. I knew I was going to connect and have a lot of friendships on the show. So yeah, obviously, I definitely met those expectations, which was good.
What were your first impressions on the contestants and about the villa?
So obviously, I mean, you saw how the first episode kind of starts as a line of five beautiful girls, and you kind of have to pick which one is your favorite, which is it's hectic. It's a lot to take in, but yeah, no, it was amazing. The villa was incredible. It was really well done. The design, just everything about it was awesome. And yeah, overall, it definitely exceeded what I thought it was going to be. So that was good to see. Impressions wise, I was almost just blown away. It was a lot to take in very quickly. But yeah, over time, you kind of like after the second day, you kind of used to it all. You no longer see the cameras or anything like that as well. So yeah, it was cool.
And you had a connection with Rochelle. So tell us more about that.
So yeah, obviously originally coupled up with Millie, and as it went on, I mean, obviously I was very physically attracted to Millie, but I had a deeper emotional connection with Rochelle after a few chats. Unfortunately, it took a while for us to kind of get moving, just with a whole lot of different dynamics and spanners that were thrown in the works. But yeah, I mean, a very down to earth girl. We shared a lot of morals and values, which for me was a big thing. Both very family focused. So yeah, we the more we got to know each other, the more we realized we had a lot in common and we were definitely a good match for each other. Unfortunately, it was a bit too close to the end, or for my end of the show. So yeah, that was unfortunate, but I'll definitely be messaging her when she's out, if she's still single. We'll see how that all goes.
Oh my goodness. So you explained that you felt played by Millie. What did you mean by that?
I think when I say played, it was more the fact that, I mean, we had the recoupling, and then the next day was the day when she kind of called it and was no longer, she kind of wanted to pursue things with Xavier. So I don't know, I felt like on that recoupling, she should have either been more honest with me beforehand and said, listen, at the time, I'm a bit confused, and we could have spoken about how we wanted to go about the recoupling. I just would have preferred the honesty and upfrontness. So that I could have had a chance after that. Obviously being coupled up, then I thought, okay, well, I'm going to be loyal to you and stick with you. But by that time, she'd kind of already made up her mind and obviously chosen to go with Xavier. So yeah, from that sense, I kind of felt that she wasn't completely honest with me going into that recoupling. And I kind of feel like she not kind of screwed my chances, but she did kind of like put a block in the way for me to kind of get to know anyone after that.
In saying that, do you mean that you had a game plan walking into the competition with Millie?
No, so my only game plan was to be myself and kind of stick to my morals and values. So obviously loyalty for me is a huge thing. And when we had that discussion about kind of building something together and seeing where the relationship went, I was kind of fully committed to that because obviously I'd had a connection with Rochelle and that was something I was obviously interested in exploring. I told her that obviously we were kind of at that point each other's like kind of number one option, and I thought we were going to kind of work on something and build on that, but obviously as you saw, that was very short-lived on her side. So yeah, unfortunately it just was the way it was. But yeah, at the end of the day, my whole thing was just sticking to my integrity and my morals and values, which I feel I did. So yeah, I'm happy with the way it all turned out.
Yes, and let's talk about your final evening on the show. So walking into the night, what were your expectations and your emotions?
So to be honest, we had no idea that there was going to be an elimination that night. We'd started the night. We obviously had the beer pong, which was good. Everyone was in a really good mood. We're having a lot of fun with it all. And then suddenly we kind of had this massive spanner that there was going to be an elimination. And obviously, I mean, because of the fact that it was up to the public, we have no idea from what people have seen on the episode and how well they've resonated with people, because we obviously in our own little bubble away from reality. So yeah, it's always a bit of a surprise to know that you're one of the people with the fewest votes, which was a little bit surprising to me. But it was understandable. I wasn't in a lot of the drama. I kind of stayed away from it all. So that was understandable. And at the end of the day, if it was my time to go, it was my time to go. I enjoyed myself. I had a great time. And yeah, I left with no regrets. So that was good.
Any highlights?
So I would say my highlights, there's not necessarily one that stands out. I think for me, from like a romantic point of view, it was definitely a chat with Rochelle the one night, where we kind of just like let our walls down and really opened up with each other, and we're kind of just sharing like very intimate personal stories with each other. Because for me, I knew that meant like that was a lot for her to do, because she is quite not reserved, but she has a lot of walls up, and it's very hard to break down those walls. So the fact that she was able to do that with me and have a conversation, that meant a lot to me. And then, yeah, from a friendship point of view, I mean, myself, Assad, and Cage had a bit of a three-way bromance throughout the series while I was there. So, yeah, we had some funny moments. It was little like bits, which I'm sure it didn't really make the main episodes, but I'm sure it'll make the unseen bits, hopefully. But yeah, we had little kind of like personal jokes, and it was just like, it was cool. We were like three brothers in the villa, which was cool to have.
Yes, and any lessons learned?
I think one of my biggest lessons would be to kind of be more front and forward. I think I let my loyalty and kind of being a nice guy get in the way of pursuing something that I really wanted to pursue. So obviously the thing with Rochelle, I would have liked to have pursued sooner. And yeah, it was a shame that we really started to connect towards the end. Obviously there's always going to be that thought as like could have, would have, should have. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm happy with the way I conducted myself. And yeah, unfortunately, I was a little too late basically too little too late kind of thing.
And last question, now that you're out, who are you rooting for, if you are rooting for anyone?
So obviously, I mean, I would love Cage and Summer to end up together, just seeing as they've both given so much for the relationship, and it'd be a shame to see them kind of lose, well, not waste it, but have that at work or kind of go to nothing. I'm really rooting for Timna at the moment. I'm just waiting for she needs a strong man at the moment. No one's really stepped up to the plate. She's very picky, which she should be. And yeah, it would be awesome for her to win, because I know she's just like honestly one of the kindest, most level-headed girls in there. So yeah, let's see. Let's hope she pulls it through. But yeah, at the moment, you never know. Love Island, anything can happen. Things can change overnight. So you never quite know until it's all over.